pet that Bokobo. Alright, well, last time, I finally made my Dark Knight useful. He finally got some katanas. It only took, like, 2/3 of the stream. We've done a whole bunch of stuff in World 3? This is not FF5. In the, how do they call it? The normal world? The non-floating continent? All that jazz. We woke up Une, we met Doga. We got the final Fang of Earth, and we went to the final dungeon to get the Earth Crystal and final job. And we do have all 4 jobs now. We have our little Magus in the back. Yes, this game's grossly unbalanced endgame is correct. It is utterly grossly unbalanced. Part of the reason it's grossly unbalanced is that it gives you these clear upgrades to previous classes, literally at the end of it. If you don't go there, like, you can go to Doga, and the game kind of actually tells you to go to Doga's mansion before going to the final dungeon, so you can actually be even later. Like, all the optional stuff that we are going to do, we could have done earlier. I'm doing it now so that my Magus has a chance to actually get some chop levels. Alright, so what do I want to do first? Let's set this up. My default for basically every fight at the moment is going to be this. Let me have a look and see. Hello, hello. So my Magus is gonna want to just defend every single turn in order to get some job levels. Scritchy's little feet. Scritchy. Alright, so there's Odin, there's Bahamut, there's Leviathan, there's the 3 summons. I did do the Sunken Shrine already. Yes, this guy does Odin earlier. We ignored that. Just fuck that. Let's go. Pet that Chocobo again. Pet. Absolute kitty. 30th anniversary Chocobo. Alright, let's go get Odin. He's been sitting patiently in the basement. Especially since I currently have this ship, so it's a good idea for me to do all the underwater stuff I haven't done. Alright, the Cerunia Catacombs. Lights are on, right? Yeah. Do these guys split? They look like the splitting guys. So this dungeon's actually probably fairly easy, because we could have come here. We could have come here a very long time ago. We could have come here basically as soon as we got our little ship here. But the boss is kind of a dick. I need to buy more potions and high potions before I go to the final dungeon, but that's for later. Alright. To the right. Got 13 chests and 1 item. I do like these guys. They like kind of look a little confused. They're like, why are you here? What are you doing? I don't know if there's anything in chests worth getting in here. I presume it's all equipment I really could have gotten, like, a long time ago. I'll pick them up anyway. I'm that kind of person. I will get every chest. Just what I'm like. Okay, so there's not, that much in terms of optional content. It's kind of funny, in FF5, almost the entirety of World 3 is optional content. And it's kind of wild how once you're done the pyramid, you can actually just go straight to the void. You can actually just skip almost everything else. In this game, I think there's just a few, like, there's like the Dark Knight Cave, which we did, there was that other cave we did where we got a bunch of good night gear. And then, as I say, there's the three summons. That stuff is all optional. Not sure what else. Propalum is never going to get to do anything. These chests trapped. Yes, yes they are. I thought so. I thought these chests were trapped. I do believe every single one of these chests is trapped. So that's fun. I don't think, again, at this point in the game, I think they're pretty pathetic enemies. But funny. Hi, Ouroboros. Bye, Ouroboros. Hey, we got elixirs, and elixirs are going to be very, very handy. Oh god, elixirs are going to be handy. My poor white mage might be guzzling those at points. And they're very hard to farm in this game, especially compared to 5. It's interesting, 5's not actually that bad when it comes to farming elixirs. There's a bunch of enemies that drop it as they're like 1 in 16. Which is kind of interesting. In this game, the enemies that drop elixirs are kind of a pain in the ass to fight, so... And are in, like, the final dungeon. Alright, looks like we're getting 4 elixirs and 4 Phoenix Downs. Alright, I believe that's everything. There's also a very rare enemy in here that, when I was playing through, it took me a very long time. Is there an NPC that would just give you an elixir? I don't know. I've never heard of that. I mean, there could be. I don't know that much about this game. It's not FF5. I know a fuck ton about FF5. I know very little about this game, and really, I've played it like twice. Alright, so this guy is a jerk. But hey, let's finally let our Magus do some damage, shall we? Ooh, Zantetsuken. Yeah, you got an elixir for Sid's wife. And I can see this Firaga that, even at job level 7, my Magus is keeping up. My Magus is doing some work. I don't actually know how much Curaja heals versus Curaga. I'm gonna go ahead and blast one. I'll need to know how much I'm going to be healing with both of these for later on. Real Quake. Alright, so Curaja is about 1500. Okay. Yeah, the weird days when Zantetsuken was not just a fucking murder. Yeah, at this point, this guy is extremely pissed. I would have come earlier, but again, it is quite useful for me to leave all of the end game stuff, all of the optional stuff till the end game in order to just... I don't really want to grind my Magus if I can avoid it. I was not paying attention to how much Curaga healed. About 900. Okay. That is useful info because I do not believe that that will get much better. My White Mage is job level 99, which is definitely like the biggest thing that increases healing. Levels will help because it'll put up spirit, but I think I can kind of expect Curaga to be about 1000 and Curaja to be about 15 to 1600. Alright. Alright, we got Catastro! So Odin gives you the summon magic Catastro, which is fucking hilarious. I love that as a name for him, summons Odin. I don't have a summoner. Alright. Yeah, 4 Curagas, 2 Curajas. I'm not gonna get many more of these. I've got 2 times experience on, so I'll have more than I should just by virtue of leveling up more. Yeah, I think they just call it Catastro, which is just very funny. I enjoy it. I could teleport out, but again, I am trying to, like, get levels on my Magus. Well, that is now my knight at job level 99. 99, 80, and 8. That really does show you the time difference in getting the jobs. Like, my water job is really not that far from my fire job, but my earth job is so many levels below. You get the earth job so late in this game, and they understood that that was, like, wrong in 5. So, like, 5, you can tell they, like, really wanted you to have all your jobs in a reasonable time frame. So by the end of World 1, you have all of your jobs. Apart from, like, the bonusy ones. In this game, they didn't really know they should do that. And it's especially, honestly, it's especially bad in this game because the vast majority of Earth Crystal jobs are just, like, better versions of jobs you have. And it is so worth changing because you can't use the level 8 spells on your lower level mages. And you can't, you have so little MP for your higher level spells. And at the end of the game, you really want those higher level spells, you know? We're at the point where Curaga is still good, but Curaja is like a full heal for everyone. But that, you know, by the time we get to the final dungeon, that will not be the case. I should probably pop into an inn. Yes, I need the Invincible for Leviathan and Bahamut. Is there anything else I need this for? The Enterprise? I do need the Enterprise to go back to Doga's Grotto. The Invincible is too big for that narrow passageway, which is very funny. I think the 2 summons might be it. I'm like, did I skip anything else on the way here? I actually did end up doing a whole bunch of optional stuff. It'd be hard to tell what I have and haven't done. Yes, I did Doga's Village, I've done the Catacombs, I did do the Sunken Cave. I can, like, show this by going under. Yes, I did the Sunken Cave over there. Yeah, Leviathan, Bahamut, already did Falgabard. Yeah, Falgabard is entirely optional, as well. But, of course, I needed to do Falgabard because, otherwise my Dark Knight is completely useless. It's wild to me that I think the point of it was to be like a value proposition. I think they wanted you to see the upgrade jobs and be, do you continue with the job that you've been playing for so long, that's now like really high job levels, it does really well, or do you switch to the new job, which will eventually be better, but will require like grinding, but is straight an upgrade. And the problem is, you want to upgrade. So you just grind. Like, why wouldn't you just grind? It's clearly the thing you should do. These jobs are so much better. Also, very fun about the Death Note Among Us is it's going to be free on PS Plus. It's one of my monthly games next month, the Death Note Among Us game. Alright, so we know that Bahamut is here, we've met him. Leviathan is also here. There he is. There's Leviathan. Whee! I'm not gonna end up with very many jobs for job levels for Magus before we go to the final dungeon. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Hey, no! Don't put him to sleep. I need him beating on you. What? God, the PS Plus November announcement went down like a bit of a lead balloon. Because we're getting a Hot Wheels game. Hey, Ouroboros. I just fought you in chess. We're getting a Hot Wheels game. We're getting a game, Ghost Star Tokyo that was on extra for free, got taken off a couple of months ago. And we're getting the Death Notes Among Us. So it's not a great month. It's not the best month you've ever seen in your life. Oh, if you haven't heard about this, there's a Death Notes game that's just being announced. And it's basically just Among Us. It's, you know... Guess I'm getting it for free. So, fun fact about this dungeon, in previous versions of this game, you cannot come back here once you complete it, because I guess we're literally inside Leviathan. But in this version of the game, you can come back. This is not a missable location. You can come back for bestiary entries. Oh god, my knight might die. He might kick the bucket here. How much does an individual Cura do? And also, fuck it, Quake! Okay, 1500, that's good. Get wrecked, idiots! The thing is, like, Palom is incredibly dangerous. Palom could probably wipe out, like, almost all encounters by themselves at this point. But I kind of need to slow play the encounters in order to get job levels. Okay, I think that's all the chests. Nothing super amazing in here. Couple of elixirs, which is not bad. Kill those sea lions. They're just sea lions. They're just sea lions with some fancy jewelry. I love them. They got manes and everything. Adorable. That Cura is pretty bad at this point. It's useful for free healing instead of using high potions, but man, it does not heal very much. I love the plank tea though, they're adorable. What do the musks do? The black musk is instant KO, the white musk is light damage. Okay. Oh, I think to bring a single person to full health, Cure is fine. Cure heals about 400 to 500 on a single person, and about 200 to 300 on, I think 200 on everyone. So we're taking off a lot. We can probably see this on Graham and Palom here. We can have a look. Alright, 850. Oh gosh, that's not even 200. That was just 130. Oh no. Alright, on a singular person, it's about 500. I was right about that. Yeah. The singular is 500. It's literally split in 4, because I do believe that's the formula. I think it literally just splits it by however many targets you've got. So it is the equivalent of a high potion. Whether you do it on everyone or one person, it's healing about 500. Which is nice to have a bunch of those, but ouch. Here is definitely kind of low on the priority list at this point. At least I have 45 of them, so I essentially have 45 high potions. Hey look, it's a lad down there. I never did check, I never did go and see if I could get better gear for, I can get black robes somewhere. Oh god, where was the shop for that? I'm gonna have to look that up. I can definitely get some better stuff for Palom, I think. Still pulling their weight without having, better gear on, it's pretty good. Alright, Leviathan. Let's go. Hey, have an Aeroga for funsies. Yeah, it's a relatively new Hot Wheels game, yeah. It's not like the worst PS Plus month I've ever seen, but it's certainly not that much value. Certainly since they've been upping the price and doing a whole bunch of nasty shit with their PS stars. It's certainly a bit of a kick in the teeth. I have Alan defend because I'm pretty sure the Leviathan's dead. The tsunami! Ooh, not quite. Alright. Might as well use a Curaja. Hey, 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 hey! You're so rude. It's very funny, the gun I'm using says this fight is easier than Odin. Incorrect, it is not easier than Odin. I don't know why it would lie about that. But Leviathan is dead, but Tsunami does way more damage than Zantetsuken, so I have no idea what the guy is fucking talking about. Alright. Thanks for the high potion, buddy. Leviath! Catastro for Odin and Leviath for Leviathan. Goblo 15. In there. Don't ambush me. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's so rude. It looks like the Invincible should have black robes for sale. Don't put me to sleep, jerks. It's gonna be very funny to have Fran, Steiner, and Graham at job level 99. And poor Palom will be lagging behind so much. Yeah, I can get the black robe. The Invincible. Is that a final item shop in the game? No, okay, yeah, there is one in the Void. I always forget about the Void. Falgabar definitely doesn't have anything for my Black Mage. That's kind of one of the few shops that comes after the Invincible. Magus is the upgraded Black Mage, yes. Higher stats, gets more MP for big spells. I should Curajas.
Yeah.
And letting these guys beat on me a little bit. Here I hold it. It's gone to about 1,000. Magus is a very, very good class. Very strong.
Is Matt Black Mage before, so baby?
Yeah, Black Mage plus. Better spells. More stamina. Cooler outfit. I mean, you see that moon on that Magus. That's adorable. That's a great outfit right there. Yeah, we're really starting to see that HP differentiation, like White Mage compared to Dark Knight compared to Knight. Knight gets so much more HP on level up than any other class. You don't need fillings? Were they wrong about the cavities? So yeah, the Leviathan is gone, but you actually can still, literally in just this version of the game. Neither the original nor the DS version lets you do this, but you can go back into that dungeon in this version of the game. Which is good, because it's eminently missable. Like, there are monsters in there that are kind of annoying to find. Alright. So, yes, I can buy a black robe. If I buy them in bulk, I can get a discount. Buy my black robes in bulk. I'm trying to think if there are any rods. Definitely gonna buy max out potions and high potions. Just very useful to do that. And everything else, I have a shit ton of money. Useful to not have to use my magic for things like statuses. And reviving. Sure, can I afford not to buy a billion black robes at these prices? I must be able to buy better rods somewhere. Those are very early rods. I know there's at least must be a lightning rod. So Aura Shroom is funny. Aura Shroom is teleport. So it's the spell teleport. Why is it called an Aura Shroom? I genuinely don't know. Some kind of joke. But that's a teleport. Alright, in order to get to Bahamut, we also need this ship. I'm gonna see if I can find a better rod. Okay, yeah, I can buy... Zeronia has a thunder rod. It's funny it's called the light rod when I mean lightning.
Pretty light.
Because I don't think there is light element in this game. It's just thunder. Teleporting cannon is pretty alright. It's quite expensive, but it is good. Literally the only... I can do it myself, though. White Mage does have teleport. The reason I haven't been doing it is, my god, my job level is so low. Alright, so northeast should have... Thunder Rod. I don't know if it boosts... It says they bolster the power of Ice, Lightning, and Flame. I don't know if they do. But it is probably useful to have one of each rod. Are there any others? I think that's... Wow, dude, is there only like 4 rods in the game? Fire, Ice, and Mithril, at least buyable? Maybe there's some, forgettable ones. That is more or less his Japanese name. It's some sort of pun then. God knows what it is though. Alright, let's go back to Bahamut. Who we met much earlier in the game. He dumped us... I mean, maybe it's a she if, it dumped us into their nest of, baby birds. Baby dragons. Alright, so you need the Invincible because you need to jump over this mountain. Yeah, but it's probably Japanese wordplay of some kind. Alright, Bahamut's Lair, 13 chests. Ah, we got a grenade. It's kind of the problem with the take a lot of turns method of random encounters, is that you take damage. You know, if I cleared this up in one turn, I would be taking much less damage. Thankfully, I do have White Mage to sort of clear it up. On my last run, I just had potions and high potions, and that was fun. And, there are quite a few HP stealing weapons in this game, so I had Thief, which had the Orichalcum, which was nice. I don't believe that Dark Knight or Monk had anything, but free healing was very much appreciated when I did not have a White Mage. Chocobo is Wrath. Creates an inferno! Chocobo! Man, don't make Chocobo angry. He'll create an inferno. Thank you, Chocobo, for your inferno. Didn't really mean to do that. It's fine. Sabertooth Liger. Fun lad right here. Yeah, Choco Flare! Oh man, it's the FF12 White Chocobo, isn't it? It's a trickster. He's come to cast Meteor on me. Etsu, which I have like a billion of. Elixir. Alright, Bahamut is just out the door. Of course I get into a fight. You can see even in this relatively short dungeon I have used 15 cures. I did know he roared at me. Voice of Bahamut calls from outside the cave. Ah, I thought like maybe he grabbed you right away, but no, you do get the chance to save up. Hey buddy! Arrgh. Protect me. No. I was like, wondering if protect could be thingy cast, but no. And haste can't be either. I did learn that haste ups your agility, which should be good on my white mage. It might mean that my white mage goes first, but you kind of want your white mage to either always go first or always go last, and that is so hard to do in this game. The randomness of agility. Okay, not much. Got it. We'll try Blizzaga. This guy might be very magic resistant. Yeah, very magic resistant. glad it is keeping up, which is good, because I have a lot more Curajas than I have Curajas. Oh, Drain's pretty good. Drain was very helpful in my last run. Also a source of healing. And you see, it actually does decent damage for a Drain. So it was a very good way for me to keep my Magus alive, was just to Drain. It's unfortunate, I do not, of course, have Flare yet, so I do not have... I think he's resistant to elements, which is why he's taking, like, no damage from my Magus. So there he goes. And it's very funny that almost every boss in this game is, can you deal with AoE? They're going to blast you with a spell that hits Bahammer. Bahammer. Oh, Bahammer. But yes, they're gonna go, hey, can you deal with a lot of damage to everybody at once? And if you don't have a white mage, the answer is no. In my last team, every fight became a damage race, which was very funny. He just died in the Garuda fight. Yeah, no, that's a very common way for it to die. That Garuda is a real piece of shit, and if you don't have a way out, it's very difficult. Yeah, so DS version of this game is also a much harder version of the game. They gave enemies a lot more health, and made them nastier. I think enemy formations were, but like, they added a bunch of weapons, they redid the job, like, where jobs were a little bit. But they didn't essentially make you that much more powerful, but then they like, yeah, they made it so the Salamander could fucking flame you twice in a row, and it wasn't like a script.
That's the whole thing up.
That was a problem in this version of the game as well for a long time, is it wasn't scripted, it was also like a roulette. And so yeah, Salamander could just decide to set you on fire 5 times in a row. The fucker. Absolutely hate that guy. No, I think they thought this game was too easy, and they went massively overboard in, you know, quote-unquote fixing that. I have 5 Curajas now, that's pretty good. I do think that is everything optional-wise. I like this game-ish. I don't think it's a good game. I think much like 2, ton of problems with it. But I very much enjoy it as a look at a prototype of 5. I need to go back to Doga's mansion in order to properly open up the final dungeon. We've opened up the first part of it, but you can't actually progress to the real final dungeon. You can actually go quite far in and then get stopped because we need an item from Doga and Une. So we're gonna go get that item from Doga and Une now, and then it'll be the final dungeon. If you think that means the stream's gonna be over in like half an hour, you're incorrect. The final dungeon, the end game of this game is pretty tragically terrible. It is very long. But yeah, so it's definitely like interesting to watch this game, like see what they kept and see what they changed. It's kind of that step up from 1 in a way, because 1 has you choose the jobs at the start. And this is like, we're gonna add more jobs and also let you change during the game. Yeah, I know. And the thing is, the final dungeon is like 3, 4, I guess technically, it's 3, but there is also an optional 4th dungeon in there. There's like 3 parts of the final dungeon, and then in the final dungeon there's an optional area you can go to get the actual final jobs of the game and a lot on the legendary weapons, essentially. But that bit is optional. It's not technically part of the final dungeon, but even though it is, it's weird. The final dungeon is like 4 dungeons. Incredibly long. Utterly unnecessary. It's very funny the 3D version does fucking kill you. Yeah, if you go up to the statues without the fangs. Just murks you. It's very funny. I was pretty sure this version didn't kill you, but I couldn't remember if I'd done it or not. I think I did do it at one point, though. So the final part of the final dungeon, you cannot, leave. So I guess the, like, actual final dungeon bit is, like, a point of no return, I believe. Oh, in the 3D version, the lava does hurt you? It doesn't hurt you, in the Pixel Remaster version, no. I don't know if it did in the original version, but it did not in this one. The lava waterfall hurt you, but like FF1, it was 1 damage per tile. It's very funny how much, like, lava damage does not matter in Final Fantasy 1. Ooh, 20,000 gil. I don't think Geomancer would allow you to dodge it. I don't know if that was a thing Geomancers did until 5. Yes, waterfalls do hurt in, in 2 as well. Nemesis. Nemesis. No, don't paralyze my attacker, no! Jerks, you jerks. Let's see how Quake does. Like, my Palom is probably able to, like, I mean, Palom is finally, I finally have AoE. I can finally attack more than 1 enemy at a time. There you go, pretty good. Like, if I was able to play this optimally instead of having to play in a fucking bizarre way to avoid grinding, I would be able to just blast these enemies with Palom, but Palom needs those fucking job levels for the final dungeon. Alright, we got a bunch of doors. And technically the most efficient way to grind is to go up to some goblins at the start of the game and just, have everyone defend for 4 turns, but I kind of want to at least progress. I don't really want to do that, you know? At least the good thing about FF2 Pixel Remaster was that there was actually a slider for magic and weapon experience and like stat experience. You could like double and quadruple that. And that was actually amazing. That like extremely made the grind so much more bearable. My little black mage is attacking. I didn't realize. Uh-oh. Sorry, Palom. Yeah, so the thing about defending is that defend goes off at the start of a turn, so you can guarantee if the ones defending will get the pip for each turn, and you need 4 pips to get a job level. So everyone defending is guaranteed to get it, whereas of course if you attack, and if you have everyone attacking and one person attacks and kills it, the other 3 do not get any job level points. It's very funny, like, thinking about FF1 now, because when I think about FF1, it's so tied up in speedrun strats, that I can't actually think about how you play FF1 casually anymore, because in the PSP version, of course, you make yourself ridiculously powerful. You honestly don't need to be that high level to beat Final Fantasy 1, but you do need a bit of luck against, of course, the final boss, because he is a dick. And you need specific spells and strategies for the speedrun, but you don't actually get that many levels during the speedrun. Which I have done, so I can't really, it's so hard for me to think, like, do you need to grind in 1? Because I'm like, no, you could beat that game in like 3 hours without doing any grinding. I'm like, no, that's speedrunner brain talking. Yeah, Peace Tower is easy. You can beat that in like an hour. I just definitely, extremely speedrunner brain. My favorite class in FF3, oh, interesting. We don't have all of them yet, but I think I love Devout because I love cat ears. Very cute. I do also love Magus's hat. Battle-wise, it's probably Magus. I think Magus is probably one of the best classes in the game. I don't know if I've ever used Geomancer. To be fair, I've only played through this game. This is now my 3rd playthrough, and my last 2 playthroughs did not get given Geomancer in the jobs, so... Alright, Doga, Ude! Alright, they're about to complete the Eureka Key, but first we must kill them. We don't want to fight you, no, why? So yeah, we're 3 people down. We're now about to kill 2 more people in this game. In order to go Eureka, you need the key. So Eureka is the optional area inside the final dungeon. You're our friends! The Doga fucking attacked us. So I do think you were meant to do this before going to the Earth Crystal, because this guy has much less health than that boss. This guy has about 13,000. The Earth Crystal boss had 20,000. And yeah, body horror Doga. Hello, buddy. But yes, these are not difficult bosses. Even with my other squad, This boss is not difficult. Yeah, it's 2 bosses in a row, but honestly, neither boss is particularly tough. I do really think they expect you to come here before you go to the final dungeon. The game tells you to come here. You can't do the final dungeon beforehand. It's kind of just very strange. In the 3D, they both attack you. That would make this boss fight much worse. I still think ultimately it's probably easier than the boss for the Earth Crystal in the 3D, but... This also just has 12,000 health. So yeah, we're killing Doga and Une. Goodbye. Goodbye, the 2 of you. It is true that once you beat Golder, the game stops signposting what you're supposed to be doing. Yeah, they gave Une, that old lady, yeah, big ass. That's some cake right there. Are quite over-leveled for this part of the game. I will not be over-leveled in the final dungeon, though. I hate to break it to everyone, even at 2 times experience. So yes, we killed Doga and Une. They're dead. Goodbye. Unica key is complete. Take it with me. Doga, no! But my ghost will live on! Go to Cypress Tower beyond the statues. Zani is attempting to call forth darkness into this world. He must be stopped. You must get to Cypress Tower to enter Eureka. Yep. This is why the final dungeon in this game is like the longest dungeon in the world. So the Cypress key is the one we need to actually get to the final boss. Because that is the tower. The Eureka key is an entirely optional area. Yeah, it's really the optional dungeon key, but also you do need to do this for in order to access the final dungeon. This is not optional, you do need to do this. Again, I could teleport out, but I'm job level 30, and definitely want to keep getting those job levels. Magus is almost certainly going to be still my biggest damage dealer. It's very funny, it's all about go Eureka, but also, yeah, here's the actual key you need to beat the game. Eureka is entirely optional, you do not need to go there. You should go there. It's very helpful to go there if you're playing normally without being Job Fiesta. Actually, to be fair, the Job Fiesta does include the jobs that are in Eureka, which must be even worse than getting the jobs at the Earth Crystal. You don't get your final job until you're literally in the optional part of the final dungeon. And that is, like, again, like, oh my god, jobs given to you, like, with how job levels work in this game and how jobs are not that good until they have at least some job levels in them. It is kind of hilarious to give you 2 new jobs at literally right before the point of no return. You didn't use those jobs to the Earth Crystal? That is also, like, funny. They would have had... Moving them to the Earth Crystal has to nerf them, because they are that good. They are actually so good, at least one of them is worth... immediately turning all your, like, jobs, like, physical jobs into it. I did not actually use, Sage, the second one. I did use Ninja, though, and it is worth. Ninja is ridiculous. It doesn't really need that many job levels, whereas, like, for Sage, it's like... Sage is like a combined, Devout and Magus. Has better stats, so does do both jobs better, but you still only have 3 slots for magic. So I guess it's just like, your Sage will have Curaja and Flare, and I guess that's all you care about ultimately, but... I just preferred having one Devout and having a, Magus. I actually also had a Summoner. I didn't actually remember I used Summoner in my other file. I thought I went 2 physical, 2 magic. I think I did for a while, but then I think I went Summoner at the end because, well, fuck it. I've gotten all these optional summons. I might as well use them, right? I don't have the high level MP for healing. Yeah. In the Pixel Remaster version. I never used it, so I cannot tell you anything about Sage, because I was like... I've already had to grind up Devout and Magus, and Summoner. I'm not grinding up Sage, whereas, like, Ninja is just, like, top tier without, like, needing that much job level investment. But yes, I was using Devout, Summoner, Magus, and then Ninja. I think I was using it either, it must have been a black belt. I think I was using a Knight, and I think the thing about Knight is I was very disappointed in Knight. And I think that's because in this world, Knight has a terrible time. It doesn't get new weapons until the Sunken Cave, which is an optional area. So, like, I think Knight has a really rough time compared to Black Belt in the middle of this game, and I think I was very disillusioned with it because of that. But I think it gets better near the end. Yes, I do need the Invincible. There is a jump. Yep, that's not what I meant to do. Just try to go rest, and I kind of missed. Ooh, in 3D they get the Evoker versions of summons? That's disgusting! Yeah, they kind of made Knight less good because, yeah, they wanted you to be, like, trying out, like, Dragoon and Viking. I don't think they wanted you to be trying out Black Knight because, Dark Knight, because fucking Dark Knight doesn't get anything for the majority of this fucking game. But yeah, I definitely used Viking at some point. I have to, like, look at my file and see, what I was using. I definitely used the Black Belt. It's kind of wild, this game is so much shorter when you, play it in Fiesta version than play it normally. Alright, so my full on potions, yes, I think I have the best equipment people could currently have. Let's go. Yeah, it's very true. They do treat jobs like, hey, here's this one thing for your job. But the problem is that jobs are kind of bad unless you job level them. The enemies around here get pretty nasty, so let's see how we go. We do love us a gimmick class, it's true. Bard is pretty good, especially as a healer if you're not using White Mage. So we've been to the first part of the final dungeon before. We're gonna actually go and do it now. It is very funny that you can come here without going to Doga's house, and you can get through the whole first part of this final dungeon, and then you get stopped in the second part because you don't have the key. They made Viking a lot better in this version, from what I remember. Like, they definitely, like... Like, what's the opposite of nerf? Buffed? Buffed him? Yeah, 5 does a much better job of having, like, almost every job be helpful all the time. Hi! Some good enemy sprites. Okay, so we're in the Ancient's Maze. This is not the final dungeon, but it has Une's clone. I guess technically you could fight Une's clone before fighting Une. Because we could come in here. Don't do that. That's rude. Damn, that's rude. That's a lot of health. I don't want Une's clone to live very long. You do have to then, by the end I think you stop doing my bullshit of like trying to make fights last longer to get more job levels, because like at some point the enemies just become incredibly fucking annoying to let live. And you're just like, you know what? Nah. That's actually too annoying. Get out. There are enemies other than Une's cake. Like Iron Claw, which is the sprite that's in 5. These guys must be pretty. I wonder if they split. It'd be funny if they did. Iron Claw is fairly old. Nope, not Row. Don't have a defend. I think Dark Knight is actually stronger than my Knight right now. Yeah, actually, yeah, is quite a bit stronger. Not like massively, but like, hi! You were a pain in the ass for me to find. Now you're here to ruin my fucking day. This is one I probably do not want to fuck around with. I had such a hard time finding this fucker on my last run trying to fill out the bestiary. Fucking jerk. So yeah, there are just like fucking mini-boss level enemies just wandering around these dungeons. This guy has 17,000 health. Like, considering that the boss of this area had 20,000. Absolute wankery. No! Don't die, don't die, don't die, don't die. Didn't die. Please kill him. Oh, thank God. This guy is a real piece of shit. You can steal protect rings from him. Kind of the most useful thing about him, I guess, is you can steal protect rings. Yeah, there are some real fucking asshole enemies in the final dungeons. I wasn't expecting to see him because he's so fucking hard to find. I had to, like, sit in the final room trying to find this fucking guy for like an hour. Like Vulcan, he's just teasing me at this point. Ah. Summoned a friend. But yeah, it's very funny. In the next dungeon, there's honestly a nasty enemy, a different nasty enemy, like every single floor. You wanna complete the bestiary? Go fight this fucker. These fuckers. Oh, it's the Bone Dragon! Hi, buddy! Bone Saw. It is kind of funny how every other enemy has, like, a quarter of the health that, the King Behemoth does. There's just a mini-boss. It's not quite as bad as War Mech, but, you know, it is kind of... It's kind of similar vibes. You occasionally just want to walk into an enemy who ruins your fucking life. Good news! Ah, Omnirod, finally, yes. Oh god, that is such a better. Bolsters a variety of elemental powers. Good, nice, excellent. And then I got a Break Blade. Alright, Earth Weapon, Inflict Gradual Location, that's good. The problem with it being Earth is that it does less damage to things that are resistant to Earth, but you know. The Jewel Hake. Oh, it's an axe. An axe which uses the power of lightning. Okay. We do love Fan. Okay, so I think I might actually be doing less damage with the Earth Sword on. Just because it's not neutral. Funnily enough, a lot of stuff in this game is elemental without it telling you as well. I do believe that all Dark Blades are Dark Elemental. But also, like, a bunch of the legendary weapons have elements on them. Game does not tell you this. Ah, another Protect Ring. Yeah, that's the third and final Protect Ring. Ooh, elemental or statuses? It's an interesting question. I'm not sure which is more annoying. Fuck off! Oh my god, this guy is so annoying! He was so hard to find, and now he's just here being a dick. A train can be pretty fucking good. God, I can't believe I've seen two on straight. This My stream luck is like... don't want to say good. It's kind of bad, to be honest. And it is technically good luck in that they're rare encounters. Why have I seen him twice? He was so fucking hard to find. It took me forever. Yeah, the drain numbers get big, man. They get big. Drain is actually, can actually be really strong. And it heals you the... Motherfucker! So 1 out of 16 apparently. I mean, I don't know how true that is, but... just don't want to use this much MP. It's so good. This guy is such a pain in the ass though. I'm probably just gonna have to use all my fucking MP on him. And cry because there's just not that much fucking healing in the final dungeon. Yeah, I need you to heal my Dork Knight. There are a billion topics about looking for King Behemoth. Apparently I stole them all. I apologize to everyone who's ever had trouble finding King Behemoth. Apparently I have them. Stop giving them to me, please. 3. Normally you find him in this room. What you do is you run back and forth in this room because it's like the easiest place to find the fucker. I was like, I swear to God, that's another one. I lost my shit. But yeah, no, both times I've done the best year of this game, I have run back and forth in this room so many times to find this fucker. Freedom! We're done! There's a little bit of outside. It's very funny. There's a little bit of outside for this dungeon, but there's no tents or cottages in this version. So, like, in any other game, this would be a time that you could tent and cottage so that, you know, you could heal up for the next part of the dungeon. But no, this is just a time you can save, I guess. Alright, so this is the next part. This is the tower. Saying it's the final dungeon feels misleading, but it both is and isn't the final dungeon. Alright, so I'm just gonna ignore all the chests here. Hi, Block. I think these guys, do they split? I don't know, they might. Well, they summon, that's what they do, that's what they do. Pluck them up. So we're gonna go in this door to go to the optional part of the final dungeon. We are going to Eureka. When I leave Eureka, I will actually, I'm the door to the forbidden realm of Eureka, a resting place of weapons deemed beyond mankind's power. Use the Eureka key. So you can see that we've passed through the ancient maze. We still haven't used the Cypress key yet. It's surprisingly long how far you can go in this before you get stopped if you haven't gotten the key. Yeah, it definitely keeps a lot of the weirdness, without being terrible. I think the Pixel Remaster version is the best way to experience this game. Because one boosts, I honestly think that 2 times, you just put on 2 times experience after a certain point, because like, I honestly don't think, These guys have the same models as the ones who split. I don't think they do, but my Dark Knight does more damage anyway, so. Yeah, after going through that maze where you could have fought 3 King Behemoths, fucker, you don't get a heal point. So yeah, we're going into Eureka, no healing whatsoever. There is no healing in the first part, and I might spoil this now, there's no healing in this part either. At least not for a while, so we're going through. Okay, got a chest there, we got rooms. I won't stop you from playing 3DS. Again, I didn't get very far in it. I have no desire to change that. I think this is by far the best version of the game. It doesn't make it a good game. It's interesting. Good as a word has an nebulous value when it comes to like describing games, but fundamentally it's a game that has perverse incentives and it really does sort of lead to bad play patterns. And I do think like the Fiesta is almost making this look not as grindy as it is, purely because I only have 4 jobs, so I'm not trying out any jobs. I'm not like doing what the game expects me to do and changing my job for the situation. Which means I'm actually, especially because I went 2 times boost on, but it does mean I am actually stronger by not switching jobs. Despite the fact that I'm not using the best jobs. Oh yeah. Hi. Being job level 99 will overcome a lot. I wouldn't even mind bosses that clearly wanted you to do a specific thing if it was easier to change into that specific thing, you know? The problem is that, like, in order for, if you change the Dragoons for Garuda, but you don't have any job levels in Dragoon, well, you're still kind of pissed. You're still kind of bad. Ah, yes, the ribbon. Yeah, which anyone can equip. Got it. Who wants to? Probably one of my mages. Yeah, almost certain my white mage. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yes, the FF1 magic system rather than MP is a problem. Legitimately is kind of an issue. Again, ameliorated a little bit by having the Fiesta in that, like, swapping isn't that much, but when I was doing my last run and I didn't have white mage, it was such a pain in the ass to have to change to white mage, heal up at an inn or a spring, cast mini, change back, either like keep as a white mage so that I could un-mini myself afterwards, because if I changed to warrior I would lose all my MP and couldn't un-mini myself. Or have no MP and then just be mini for longer than I want it to be. It was rough times. All right. All right, and then I think I'm going through the bottom left stairs here. Yes, it does. It does clash with the job system. I think I prefer MP to the magic pip idea just in general, because I do think, like, you can see it in White Mage here. The problem with this White Mage is it has 52 casts of Cure and I have 3 casts of Curage now. Boom! Yay! 3 casts. By the way, it is White Mage that has Mini and Toad in FF3. So yes, you have to swap. There are mini dungeons. What you have to do is swap, rest it in to get your MP back, mini/Toad yourself, and then you're supposed to swap back to the class you were given, like Monk or Knight or Thief or whatever. I did do that most of the time, but the mini dungeons I often just turned encounters off. And went through with the White Mage just so that I could unmini at the other side without feeling terrible. Then when you get a certain point, you can start buying mallets, and then you don't need to... Once you're able to buy mallets in a shop, you do not need White Mage for mini anymore. You use mallets. Yeah, 3rd Curaja confirmed. Get me a shuriken I can't use. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of why the Fiesta, the strict Fiesta, doesn't work on FF3, because you legit need White Mage for dungeons. It also, by the way, makes the start of this game rough if you are not given a mage. Those mini dungeons at the start are utterly... I had Monk in my last run, and I had to grind so much for attack items with a ludicrously low drop rate from pretty nasty enemies, just to beat a giant rat. Just to beat a rat? Rude, buddy. I'm immune to poison. Ooh. That's probably on my Genji armor. Yes! Prevents poison. Nice. An elixir. So far, Eureka hasn't had, much of anything. Had some items, a couple elixirs, a couple shurikens. Nothing too special, but we are going to get to the part of Eureka, which is why it's worth coming in here. I believe this is the first one. Coming up. Also, why Eureka is a pain in the ass if you don't have White Mage or Devout. Alan is now job level 50, which is really good. Alright, nothing suspicious about this. It's just on a pedestal. Nothing to see here. Nothing at all. We're just gonna take it. Nothing's gonna happen. The Moonring Blade, Force of Darkness. Show your worth. Alright. So, I'm on! It's the skeleton dude again. He's back, baby! Hey, I'm on. So there are a bunch of boss fights in Eureka in order to get the legendary weapon. This is the same as the boss fight in Hein. He changes his weakness. We'll see how it goes. Drain is really good here, which is why I'm a little mad I ended up having to use so many against King Behemoths. Yeah, high in the sequel. His sprite is incredible. Let's see if I can slap his weakness a little bit. Well, that worked. Yeah, this version of him is a lot easier to just ignore his gimmick than the original version. I actually found the original version quite difficult. With my knights not doing much damage to him. Because all he had was elemental swords. But yeah, this version is like, you can pretty much just, if you have a white mage, you can pretty much just ignore him. Let's try Blizzaga since he barrier shifted. You're supposed to use, like, Scholar to see what he's now weak to. Who gives a shit? Just blast him. He doesn't ever do the thing where... Ooh, he absorbed that. Oops. This is why you're probably best not bothering, because he does absorb. I should just use Drain. This is also going to absorb. It's going to be funny. He does have big Matador vibes. Oh, no, that was his weakness. I don't know if he always uses the spell he's weak to. Oh, ouch. And Magus did not go first. Probably gonna heal. Yeah, that's fair. Let's try an Ara so that I don't heal the shit out of him while poking for his weakness. Ah, let's still heal the shit out of him. I think that should mean Thunder. No, Thunder, Blizzaga. Let's find out. There he goes. He just doesn't do enough damage to you to, like, matter. To be honest. That's kind of his problem. Oh no, I healed him a bunch of times there and it really didn't matter. Alright, so we're getting the Moonring Blade, which... pretty good. It does have Dark Element. There's a Bladed Discus. Ah, both Knight and Dark Knight can use that. I will give... I didn't actually know the Knight could use this too. I'll give it to my Dark Knight. Seems appropriate. Alright, so we have swords over that way and a couple of chests. Hey, buddy. So it's like the good thing about Dark Knight in my last run was he got a lot of the ultimate gear, which was kind of nice. Alright, let's try this one. Mass Immune, the Mystic Blade. We'll try Firaga, Iroga, that's probably gonna hurt. Ouch, that hurt. When I said probably, I meant definitely, I guess. Probably Curaga, I don't think. Hero would do it. Unfortunately, even with haste, my white mage is slower. And that was actually good timing on the drain. That actually went pretty well. All right. So yeah, there's a lot of boss fights in Eureka and no MP healing. No, not much healing in general in Eureka at this point. You're left going, oh god, this is an awful lot of really nasty boss fights. I should do less damage to my mage. Oh god. Not that much less. If this lady decided to be a fucking problem, I would be having a fucking problem. Woo! Alright, give him the mass immune. Put that on my Dark Knight. Yes, there is a spring at the end. I can recommend only Dark Knight. Thought so. I think probably the ninja can equip this as well. I can highly recommend running to the end of this. I was actually doing this boss fight, so I'm going like, okay, I'm probably not going to do. There's a boss fight there. I'm probably going to ignore it for now. I think I'm injured enough that I feel like I'm going to just, oh yes, I can heal Fran. That I should go get the only healing in this place. Which is at the end of it. If you do not know that, you're doing all of these bosses going, oh fuck. I have no MP left. And the fact that I actually managed to do 2 bosses, I actually had to do every boss one at a time in my last run, because I had no white mage. I was severely lacking on healing items at this point. All I had to heal was high potions, which is 500 HP. I have nearly 3,000 HP. High potions are not cutting it. And there's actually, yep, 2 more weapons there, which we are going to ignore. How dare you back attack me? Ignore me! So yes, that's the reviving one. Hallelujah, right at the end! We finally have a heal. We have shops, so here is where the level 8 spells reside. So if you have a Devout or a Magus, or a Sage, I guess, even, come here, you get Arise, you get Tornado, you get Holy, you get Flare, Death, and Meteor. How many casts do I get? I do have 10 Flares. Slash Meteors, which is pretty good. Yeah, the double experience is just so helpful to be level 50. It makes so much difference to be in the 50s over the 40s in this dungeon. And also you can buy I guess if you want to teach another person the summons, because you only get one copy of each when you fight them, you can buy Odin Leviathan and Bahamut here. There's also a secret path over to this. So this lady sells shurikens. So these are like FF5. The ninja can throw these. It is the way to like cheese the final boss. Essentially, is to I have enough money. I'm just gonna buy them. I'm not sure I will use it over the Genji stuff, but we'll see. Probably one of them. But yes, you can actually just stock up on as many shurikens as you can buy, and you can absolutely chump the final boss of the game. Transformation shrinking, and a toad, poison, and a toad, so yeah. I only need one of these on. Now, if you're having trouble fighting all of the bosses, slam through to the end. Finally, we have a heal. At the end of the second dungeon. Alright, I am Ragnarok, the Unparalleled. Let's go. Hi, come Guardian. There's also a second reason to beeline here at the end of the dungeon. This guy has 23,000 health. Flare does 6,000 damage. So yeah, once you get Flare on your Magus, you're fucking set. Alright, who cares? Like, my Magus does so much fucking damage now. I only get 10 uses of it, but, Magus is now the GOAT. I do think Magus has kind of been the best part of both of these runs. I wonder if I'll ever do this myself, where I decide to, like, deliberately not have Magus. Because Magus is, like, really been the powerhouse of both runs. Without Magus, my last run would have been a disaster. I was just doing so little damage with Monk, Thief, Dark Knight. By the end, even with the legendary weapons, and really, truly, Flare made all the difference. Quake does not have an instant kill chance, as far as I know. I believe it's just earth damage. So this is honestly a weapon that you might want to just avoid all weapons until you fight this one, because this is where the final two jobs of the game are. In the staff, you beat this boss, you get access to, I love Scylla. Look at this thing, glorious.
Wonderful. Friend.
Absolute friend. It's a good idea to beeline the shops to pick up any spells that you can get, especially if you have a Magus, and then fight this one first, really. Ninja is just such an obvious upgrade to every physical job, that it's worth doing, and it has, even at low job levels, it has shurikens, and shurikens do, like, thousands of damage. For the low cost of 65,000 gil. you'll be doing absurd amounts of damage. Of course, all of this is technically completely optional. You do not have to come to Eureka. And that's a Ninja and Sage. Right, Sage is strictly better than Devout and Magus. It's hard to like show this. You can't really like see like stats versus each other very well. Okay, 83 intellect. But yeah, Sage's 66 at job level 1, but yeah, they are, like, these jobs are an upgrade, and they can use every type of magic. They can use books, staffs, rods, all sorts of gear. But they also come at job level 0. And, yeah, ninja is just like, if you have a physical class, it should just become a ninja. And use Ragnarok, Holy Lance, it can use every weapon. Every shield. It can use all of the gear. No, protect rings, it's just like, hey, all that gear that was really, like, segregated, nah, ninja can just use everything. And can throw, shurikens. Yeah, throw. Then you get shurikens which do a ton of damage. So even at really low job levels, like, ninjas work out really well. Not warrior, knight. Yeah, shurikens for when you have a shit ton of money, and well, I have a shit ton of money. Alright, well I still have one fight to do, because I kind of ignored it. Alright, just going up to the boss fight. Alright, out we go. Hi! The reusal of boss sprites for enemies is very funny. Looks like I have 7 Curajas now and 3 Curajas. Don't do that. Don't do that. Bad boy. Bad. There's that petrification. It really is, like, I very much felt when I was playing through this game that, like, Ninja was worth it because throwing shurikens is just that good. It is more damage than I'm doing in my attacks. It's basically the same damage as Flare. That's how much damage shurikens do. But, like, turning to Sage is like, but I've already gotten like 50 job levels in my magic users. They'll be so much worse if I turn to Sages, or I'll just have to like do so much more grinding right at the end of the game. Excalibur, guarded by a goblin. Hi, buddy. Hey, don't do that. Gross. Yeah, ninjas hit like trucks, yeah. It is like, the stats don't show it, it is just like, ninjas are just like, the guy says except black belt, but like, ninja's better than black belt. I was not that enamored with black belt, I found, when I played through the game normally. I found Monk worked better than I thought for a long time. By this point in the game, my Monk was definitely really starting to lag in terms of damage. As was my Thief, because your Thief is not supposed to be your damage dealer in this game. Yes, that's the thing, a high-level Sage is better than a high-level Mage, but I feel like the difference between Sage and Devout and Magus is nowhere near as strong as the difference between White Mage and Devout and Black Mage and Magus. I feel like there's a difference, but I think like unlike the upgrade, the Earth Crystal upgrades, I feel like Sage is not enough of an upgrade to justify the extra grind. It is nowhere near as stark, and I mean the main thing is that like, you know, you can see Magus compared to White Mage, like being able to use the level 8 spells and having all of this high level MP is really the important deciding factor between upgrading from White Mage to Devout and Black Mage to Magus, whereas the Sage doesn't have as much MP. So even though it is stronger and it'll do more damage like per flare, I feel like not enough to justify the extra hour grind. I feel like that actually is a question you can ask to be like, hey, do I actually really want to do this? And my answer is just like, I was ready to be done with the game, so the answer is no. Alright, these two have legendary weapons on. I've turned the encounters off because I'm gonna run to the spring to heal up and then teleport. So when I did my other run, I was out of high potions by this point. So I'll use an Otter Shroom. I could teleport, but let's use an Otter Shroom. So I actually turned encounters off and ran all the way back through the maze. Got on my ship, rested, bought myself 99 high potions and potions, and had to come back. I literally had to split this set of dungeons in two. I did not have... 99 high potions was not enough to get me through all of that. This crew should be fine since I had this. It's actually... I do think this set of final dungeons is a lot better with white magic than with just healing items because of that spring at the end of Eureka. And something else that happens in a later part. I think without that, it really is. You kind of do just have to leave. I will turn encounters back on, and now that we're in this dungeon, you just don't have enough. I mean, the main thing to do, I guess, if you're playing a Fiesta, hey, Dogus clone. If you're playing a Fiesta that does not have white magic, I would potentially recommend grinding outside of this dungeon. There are better places for experience, and turning off encounters, if you have the version that lets you turn off encounters, of course. Because there are just some fucking nasty encounters in this dungeon that will drain your item pool so aggressively. Hi! Gamori. Ooh, taking the sipsies. Because the only way to get more items is literally to walk all the way out of the dungeon. and all the way back in. You know, at least in the Void, in FF5, there are a lot more places to heal up, because every save point you can cottage. So, like, there have been runs where I didn't have white magic, where I was really running low on items by the end of it. But nothing on the level of this set of dungeons when I was relying on high potions for healing. There are 23 chests in this dungeon. Yeah, the Void is also shorter, despite the fact the Void is very long. Like, the Void is a long dungeon with a lot of bosses in it. Because it has cottages and save points, it doesn't feel as long. Literally, I think the last save point is that outdoor bit. In between these two dungeons here is kind of the last part you can have a proper save. Ah, there we go. There is the key that we need. Sorry about the flashing. So now we can actually, you get stopped there. If you come in here earlier and you've gone through all of the maze, this is where you get stopped before you go to Doga. I will say autosave and quick save in the Pixel Remaster version also make this dungeon less onerous. Because if you get jumped by a very high level enemy and die, you don't lose much progress. That's the thing, I think it is... It's hard to say this is technically shorter. I think it is longer. But it's not that much longer, but it feels longer because, like, I guess it's if you include the ancient maze is so fucking long and full of king behemoths of fuckers. And there's nowhere to heal, so that makes it feel longer because cottages do not exist. Like, there's a healing pot at the start, near the start of FF5s, then there's like save points throughout that you can like cottage. Don't back attack me, buddy. Nuh-uh. Not here for that. Just being able to heal with things other than high potions is making this so much more bearable. Because yeah, I saw someone being like, oh, I actually find the stretch of FF3's like better than FF5's Void. And I'm like, that's because you had a white mage. I'm like, this is torturous without a white mage. So torturous. Again, I had to leave after Eureka. I was out of high potions. I came back in, I still ran out of high potions by the final boss. Again, I think if I was to do it again, what I would do is I would grind to like level 60-ish outside of this dungeon, and then I would turn off encounters. And that way I wouldn't have to worry about my healing stock being low, because I would only be using it for bosses. Which is like, as solutions go, kind of terrible. Oh, final room in the game in DS, got tagged by 3 to Dragon Triple Nuked. Oh no. Yeah, DS is quite dire. Yeah, there's like no saving in here. Is why that I would highly recommend the Pixel Remaster version, because auto-saving and quick saving makes such a difference. to, like, not feeling like shit going through this dungeon. Like, there is nowhere to save in this fucking dungeon. Yeah, in 5/10 games, yes, there are 4 heal points. Technically, there might actually be more heal points in 3s. Kinda. I'll explain when we get there. I want to avoid using my Curajas outside of boss fights if I can. I think that's the other thing about MP versus magic system is I'm using all these cures so I can keep my good spells, but it's not a way that feels good. Kind of feels bad to have to cast Cure 50 billion times when I could just cast one Curaga, but it's objectively worse for me to just cast one Curaga. I'm not following the guide, so I may end up... Hello, Dark General. Missing out on some chests. I may get lucky and not find the nasty enemies. What floor am I on? Can't remember what floor they start appearing on. I mean, I can only pray, because, like... Oh, I guess it's Elder Staff like Sage only or something? Oh, of course, Devout Sage Ninja, yeah. I'm not sure what floors these enemies start turning up on. There's like 1 per each floor and they get stronger. So if you're trying to get your best here, you have to find them all. Ah, next floor. Next floor is when they start. The Dark General's only on this floor. This is another mean one we haven't seen. Yeah, each floor from now on has a specific enemy. We'll see if we see any of them. I saw 3 King Behemoths. Is the game going to continue to be nasty to me? Let's find out. And we're actually going down here because we're on the other side of this floor. Ah! Come! Suri Quum? Alright, at least this dungeon has a lot of elixirs in it, which I appreciate, because I do get the feeling Fran's going to be horfing those in the final boss fight. Oh no, Palom got poisoned. Palom has not got the ribbon on, so he's not immune. I also think FF5 has less annoying enemies in its void, although the end of it is very annoying. The King Behemoths are fuckers in the crystal bit. That at least is after save point, as long as you've beaten up the Blue Mage. Alright, this floor is where one of these fuckers starts to appear. I got him immediately! The game hates me. Alright! Mr. Yellow Dragon, let's go. This guy has 30,000 health. He has more health than every boss fight that we fought in Eureka. Are they petrifiable? My weapons! Oh, my old weapon's dead. I wonder if I can break gut in. We'll go for it, why not? There he goes. This team has a lot better of a handle on dragons than my other team. And hey, it dropped elixirs. So the dragon enemies are the ones that drop elixirs. If you want to farm elixirs, so much harder in this game. Because, I guess I can just go down and to the left. Yep. In FF5, you just fight. Oh my god! Oh! My life! Fuck! Ah! These guys are rare! You're supposed to be. I don't think these guys are as rare as the King Behemoths. Well, in FF5, the way I get elixirs in FF5 is the level triggers in the Void. Because it's easy. It's a great way to get levels. They're very easy, and they're a 1 out of 16 elixir drop, so it's a great way to farm levels and elixirs at the same time. This game, if you want elixirs, I mean, elixirs are incredibly powerful in this game. They're the only MP heal in the game, so they're very good. I swear to God, if I see every fucking dragon on the way up this dungeon, I'm going to lose my fucking mind. You little turd. At least my Magus is high enough level that it has a lot of MP to be blasting. This is why I don't use my Magus in, like, normal random encounters, because, like, there are some nasty fucking random encounters in this game that, deserve to have your MP used on. I think I'm probably good just to do attacky kills now. Yeah, thought that was the case. Hey, you silenced my Magus? What a jerk! Oh! So, the other thing about dragons, right? They can drop onion gear, which is like the best gear in the game, only used by onion knights. But you have to kill dragons for it, and it's a rare drop. From each dragon has a different bit of gear. It drops. Hi, Onion Shield, I'm not gonna get to use. 1 out of 16 out of 1 out of 16. I don't even have Onion Knight. This is useless to me. That's so funny. So yeah, it has 30 defense, 20 evasion, 30 magic defense, 2 strength, agility, stamina, intellect, and spirit. Only equipable by Onion Knights. Let's have a look at the Crystal Shield. So the Crystal Shield in comparison, 20 defense, 10 evasion, 15 magic defense. So yeah, Onion Knights literally get like the best gear in the game. Right at the end of the game, if you fight and get lucky against dragons. Buck fucking wild. Alright, so Onion Knights are kind of the secret amazing if you're willing to grind your... You can roll Onion Knight in every single crystal in this Fiesta, yes. Only once. I think once you rolled it once, you couldn't roll it again. But yes, every crystal had a chance to roll. Every single one had a chance to roll Onion Knight. I dodged it twice. Whew, because they're a terrible fucking class. They only get good at level 90. Yeah, it's worthless until the high 90s. They literally don't have stats. They have like 10 in every stat at this level compared to this. They can't do anything. They have no skills. They just attack. Completely worthless. But if you do get them to level 99 and you get all the onion gear, they're literally invincible. They're like ridiculously. They'll triple nines, quadruple nines. It's 4 nines is the max. And that's not actually, even though it shows 4 nines, it does actually do more damage. It does break the cap. They just can't show more than 9,999 to not be in the. You fucker! God fucking damn it! Can I run? Going to cry. I'm going to cry. I'm not fighting him again. Ah! I don't know if these guys are a 1 in 16. I haven't had anywhere near as much trouble finding them in the past as the King Behemoths. That doesn't mean anything, though. Fuck. Alright, well, now I get a different dragon on this fucking floor. Alright. Didn't find them. Oh, thank God. Alright, so this is an enemy that only starts appearing on this floor, so this guy is new. Thank Christ for that. If I had gotten the other dragon on this floor right away, I seriously would have lost it. The yellow dragon only appears in that floor, so yeah, every dragon has one singular floor that they appear in. I do think I had trouble finding one of the dragons, actually. Now that I think about it, I feel like one of the dragons caused me a bit of a ruckus. I don't remember which one. Still winning. I got all of my dragons out of my system on that floor. I'm never gonna see another dragon. You're done. Dragons are over. Cannot believe I found 3 yellow dragons and got the onion gear. Jesus Christ. Because, yeah, they are. You do have to, like, find them, kill them, and then get the rare drop. So, like, getting the onion gear is wretched, as an exercise. I would never recommend doing it. This game is not hard enough. I believe the 3DS version, though, it's the DS version of 3, added, like, a whole new, like, dungeon with dragons in it. It changed a lot of strange stuff. Alright, I've missed that dragon. There's now only one more dragon. He did not appear. Fuck him. Ah, this is the other rare dude. Yeah. So we saw this boss fight. You're not in my dungeon? I thought I added like a dragon's nest or something. Could be thinking of a different game. This says Secret Ur Dungeon, for the dragons. Yes, there is a secret dungeon in FF3 DS that has all of the dragons in it. Yes, it is the one with the Iron Giant. So the one with the Iron Giant also has the green, red, and yellow giant in it in the 3DS version of the game. I guess it's not really a dungeon. I guess it's probably just a room then. Kind of funny there's a dragon that's only encounterable. Good. I was gonna say, if I walked 2 spaces too far and fought the dragon, that'd have been funny. Yeah, there's a dragon that's only encounterable in this room. Because, yeah, you're only gonna get into like 2 or 3 encounters, so... if you're looking for it, run back and forth. Alright, we're almost at the end of this part of the final dungeon. Alright. We got some dragon lads. Hi, buddies. Because the other dragons were a green dragon and red dragon, and the green dragon has 35,000 health, and the red dragon has 40,000 health. They get nastier as you go up, I guess. Luckily, I found 3 in a row of the easiest dragon. Alright, so this is actually the point of no return as soon as we touch this mirror, so let's go. You fell into my trap! Checkmate, motherfuckers! Alright, those dragons are real. Those dragons are real and they're about to eat me. There's a reason why Zand is the most forgettable villain. He never turns up. We haven't seen him this whole game. You know, like, X-Death in 5 is so memorable. He shows up a whole bunch to, like, taunt the shit out of you and kick your ass. Doga's ghost, is here to help us. So we're gonna, I guess, stand here all paralyzed while Doga's spirit goes and finds the 5 Kingdom Hearts, the Princess Hearts. So we have Sarah from the start of the game. Fran, and the others. Alright. Fran, I'd do anything. Those other 3, I don't care, but Fran I'm into. Find 5 teenagers with attitude. Hey, old woman, where's your husband? Sid has a heart of light. Come on, Sid, fight a worm. So the thing is, this is the point of no return. There's not a save before it, right? Not a proper save. So, like... If I didn't have quick saving, and I didn't have auto saving, if I died in the next section of the game, my last save would be before I did all of the Crystal Tower. Oh, so yes, Dash is not dead, so we're back to 4 dead people. The mermaid lady, whose name I forget, the king, Alice's dad, and Doga and Une are dead. So we're at 4 dead people, but Dash is fine. He jumped into a furnace, but he's okay. Don't worry about it. He repaired the tower, and the floating continent's fine. The Dash is coming with? Yeah, Dash just shrugs off being dead. He's fine. But yeah, I think the thing about Zani that makes him an uncompelling villain is that you never get to see him. He's basically what you're... Halfway through the game, you get mentioned that Noah, some dude called Noah, who apparently made the floating continent, had 3 disciples. And one of them turned evil. Well, you find out from Doga and Une that one of them turned evil. And then you don't hear nothing about Zande, like, and he doesn't ever do anything in front of you. I guess he... Also, yes, these old guys who thought they were Warriors of Light, we're bringing one of them with us. One of them is this pure heart, lead fellow and other fellows. Love these guys. So, like, what does he do? He does nothing. He accomplishes nothing. He kills the King of Seronia. That's kind of it. You flooded the world, but you fixed it, so it's fine. Quick, we'll hold off the worms. We must change the fate of this world. Let's go. Oh, there he is. That's him. That's Sandy. He actually has less health than the red dragon you can fight in his dungeon. Which is very funny. Now you will die! The main problem with this guy, the only way he's hard is if you've used all of your MP fighting the dragons, because there's no save before him. There's no heal before him, so don't use all your MP getting up to him. That's kind of the takeaway. That's the annoying thing about this game. In its entirety, to be honest, because there are no cottages, no tents, you are always playing dungeons to conserve as much MP as possible, because why waste your MP on random encounters? You're going to need those Curajas in the boss fight, you know? That's what made the White Mage start so hard. It's just I had no damage without magic, but I couldn't use my magic because if I didn't have magic by the final boss, I was cooked, you know? There is a lot of attrition in kind of a bad way in this game that FF5 avoids by giving you save points before bosses and giving you cottages. So it can actually make boss fights in a way more nasty and more diverse. His sprite is extremely... Yeah, I mean, this is not a final boss sprite, is it, you know? I hate that shit. I hate doing a run of a dungeon to clear out its loot and then a second to kill. That shit bothers the shit out of me. I don't have the fucking time for that. Bye, he's dead now. Bye. So that's of course not, the final boss. He's dead now. But he did manage to summon, the Cloud of Darkness. The thing that everyone actually remembers about this game is the Cloud of Darkness and not Sandy. People forget about him. Because, this is the problem here. Sure, let's flare, why not? Yeah, we're dead. Well, game over. Darkest won. Good stuff, everyone. Good stuff. I mean, I can die here. There's not really anything stopping me from dying here. Those dragons must have been pissed if every one of those people could just kill them. Brand, Steiner, Graham, Palm. Yelling our names will make us stand up. Alright, hey Dogo Nune. Alright, their souls are with us. How do you take on the Cloud of Darkness? You seem much stronger than me, to be honest. So yeah, they transfer their life force. So when I say they die, they fucking die. Gave birth to that shadowy abomination. Zani was a pawn, a puppet of the darkness. You could have resisted such power. Soon our souls will ascend to the heavens, come one with all those who came before us. You cannot stay with you. Nope, they're going. They're dead. Their ghosts are dead now. You four are the only ones who restore the balance in light and dark. You must go to the world of darkness. So yes, we're not done. We still have more dungeon to go. Did I mention there are 4 parts to this dungeon? This is the 4th part. Incoming. You thought that going through the maze and then doing Eureka and then going to the top of this tower. Nope, we're gotta keep going. We're going to the world of darkness, baby. Let's go. So once you go in this mirror and fight, once you go in the mirror in general, that is actually the point of no return. You cannot leave the world of darkness, which I think is why there's no save point in there. There is no save point in the world of darkness. Again, the last save point in this game is literally the bit outside the ancient maze. So die, do the whole tower, do that boss, do all of this again. That last, like, hour of my life, done. At least you can save after Eureka, I guess. So we did get healed after the boss fight, yep. And, yeah, this area does have enemies in it, and, it has 5 doors, I guess. We have to do each of these 4 doors, so let's start going. There are chests in here, and there are 4 chests. And yes, the enemies in here are nastier than the ones you've been encountering in the Crystal Tower. These are the hardest random encounters in the game. Get fucked! If you run out of items, you're done. You're done! You know, of course, I have quick saves, of course I just have 1 quick save and 1 auto save. So if you have, if you run out of items and you've saved over, well, guess you better reload that save from outside of it. And yes, the DS version of this game is so much meaner. But I will say, this section is going to be easier, because I have White Mage. It's going to be a lot easier. You'll see why it's actually going to be much easier than when I had items. Hi! Also, chests! Have Zandy's clothes in it. Hi, Zandy's clone! So I guess they were like, they thought this guy was, they were like, damn, this guy was so unmemorable, just put him in chests now. just put him in chests. He has 23,000 health, by the way. So yeah, most of the enemies you fight here have like thousands of health. We actually, Kanji's only have 4,000, and Shadow Master's only have 35, but everything else has a lot more health. And yeah, this guy is the Jack-in-a-Box, hiding the ribbons, which is good. I do want more ribbons. They're very, very good. But yeah, there's so much in here that, again, if I would highly recommend, if you're doing a Fiesta and you've not been given any kind of healing, I would highly recommend that you grind outside of this dungeon and turn off encounters. The encounters are not worth fighting. They will drain your high potions like crazy. Again, after doing the Crystal Tower and this World of Darkness, I had no high potions left for the boss fight. I think I had like 10. Because I came into the World of Darkness with like 50, and there are bosses in here. I did manage to save a bunch with a thing that's coming up, but like, every single boss fight was a damage race because I could not afford to waste healing items on it. Yeah, no healing, no healing. Consider farming dragons for elixirs. I did not do that. I had as many elixirs as the game gave me. I thankfully hadn't had to use very many of them. I did use some in the boss fights that are in here. But thankfully I did have about 20 to 30 elixirs for the final boss fight. And that did get me through. Yes, we're going to Dark Crystals, and every single one of these Dark Crystals has a fucking boss fight in front of it. This is Cerberus. Cerberus has 60,000 health. Do not, like, conserve MP or anything in this fight, in any of these fights. Just go for it. You need to, you cannot afford to hold back. These bosses are difficult. Yeah, you can technically, if you went up that middle door, you could fight the Cloud of Darkness without doing the Dark Crystals. You will die. You need to fight the Dark Crystals bosses in order to make the Cloud of Darkness not kill you. Without it, you will just die. But these bosses are really difficult. In the original game, there was no saving between them because you didn't have quick save. In this version, I have quick save, but again, if I find a boss too difficult, there's not much you can do other than, like, you can't go out to get items. You can't go out to get, like, anything. So I guess you're stuck here grinding job levels, and levels, in this place with its god-awful enemies. I honestly think the Cloud of Darkness isn't actually that bad, compared to some of these boss fights. But that's if you have white magic. If you don't have fucking white magic, the Cloud of Darkness is a fucking asshole. Or DPS. I guess it's like, if you have damage, the Cloud of Darkness without, like, white magic isn't that bad. I managed it perfectly fine with my crew because I had Magus. Is it Magus or Magus? Anyway, I had Magus, so I was able to do, 6,000 damage a hit to her, which really fucking helps. You don't have that, and you don't have the white magic, it's dire. But if you have a white mage, I honestly think the Cloud of Darkness is actually not that bad a boss fight. Yeah, the Nez Cloud of Darkness, yeah. It really does seem like it's just a, do you have white magic, yes or no? Alright, so this is one of the 4 Warriors of Dark. They managed to stop the Wrath of Light 1,000 years ago. Our 2 worlds depend on light and dark. The 2 are converged at bringing about a single world nothingness, a void. Now that light is weakened, the darkness is spread, and the matter of dark is upon us. The only force that can stop this return balance is within you, the 4 Warriors of Light. I'm here to aid you. We cannot allow the void to consume our world, but I love the void. I do think Pixel Remaster is a very easy game as long as you, if you're playing it straight and you're using white magic, it's fairly easy. DS Cloud of Darkness is fucking ridiculous. But yes, the thing that makes magic healing so much better in this void than item is these crystals healing. Every time you beat a crystal boss, you get a full heal afterwards, as long as you touch the crystal. Do remember to touch the crystal. Don't forget to touch the crystal and get a heal. So that actually allowed me to save a lot of high potions. This is why technically there are 5 healing points in the final void, because each crystal is a healing point. Ooh, hello. Gormangard. Love that guy. Yeah, it's about 10,000 health. That shouldn't really be a problem for this team. Yeah, the pseudo-random order is the killer in all versions of FF3 for me. The fact that you cannot reliably have your healer either go after the boss or before the boss can really screw. There was that time when these streams I showed the salamander. There was a time, my white mage went off first and healed at full health. It flamed, and I'm like, damn it. And then it acted before my white mage could, and flamed, and killed my entire party. And I'm glad they moved to ATB after this, because it really makes planning out your turns a lot better. There's a real problem in this, and even in 1, especially in 1, because 1 is incredibly random, that, the game can just fuck you. Yeah, with multi-type bosses, they have to go between the turns. Yeah, that sounds utterly dreadful. So fun fact, all of the paths lead down here. You don't have to guess, they all, lead down to the chest. And then the middle one is the only one that goes to the stairs. But funnily enough, all the paths go down to the chest. Kinda seems like it's gonna be meaner than it is. Pick the right one out of 6 to go to the chest or the stairs. It's like, actually, you're fine. Hey, is this another zombie clone? It sure is! Why is Sandy's clone in every chest? I don't fucking know. Hi, Zandi. Just guarding all the chests in the world of darkness, I guess. No, given the 3DS giving bosses multiple attacks is like... Why did you do that? Yeah, I guess the Cloud of Darkness really is just propping up his corpse. I was like, damn it. I kinda knew that Graham was dead there. Yeah, that's fair. Sorry, Graham. But yeah, no, God, it's only having high potions. You can see that when I have 3,000 health, high potions is fucking ridiculous. It's not much healing, is it? Do I want ribbons over, like, Genji helms? Well, I don't know, Krister helms, really. Not really. I honestly don't know. I guess it would stop blind, but I'm not sure I care that much. It's interesting. I'm not sure how many status effects. Because my helms already protect against a bunch, I'm not sure about the extra utility of, Ooh, hello. Let me get some water while this goes. Yeah, more monster royalty. Don't be a jerk, buddy. Every monster in here is designed to be a jerk. Also, bear in mind, I've had 2 times experience on for, almost all of this game. Which has only made it easier on myself. I feel like 2 times is a little easy. 1 times is too grindy for my liking. Like, really, the only difference is I would have just had to, like, go out dungeon and grind a bit. Hi, Echidna. So we'll see against this boss that, this is 70,000 health, by the way. So the bosses in the Cloud of Darkness, have, like, triple the health that the bosses in the Crystal Tower did. This one does a lot of spells. Yes, this one does have spells. It has Flare. There we go. Hi. Yeah, this boss is scary. This boss has, like, Tornado, which can get you to 1 health. Boss is honestly incredibly terrifying. You extremely just have to damage race it down. Magus is such a good class, though. You can see just how much damage Magus does compared to, like... Oh boy. Compared to, like, my Knight and my Dark Knight. Magus is just that fucking good. Oh, I have 4 Curajas now. Again, the leveling, the 2 times boost is worth it just because I have, with White Mage, I have so few Curajas. And Curaja is so important to have against some of these bosses. They just do a shit ton of damage. In my last team, Monk, Thief, Dark Knight, and Magus, without Magus, I would have had, like, no damage whatsoever. I would have been dicey. Magus, I think, is probably my favorite class. It just does so... Once it gets Flare, and Meteor too, if you have more than one enemy, Meteor is really good. But once your Magus gets Flare, you're fucking set. Non-elemental, 6,000 damage is pretty fucking sexy. And there's Quake doing 1,000 damage to everyone. So when I did this boss fight without healing, it's like... Oh, it was a nightmare. I was flinging so many high potions in this fight. And a billion flares. I think I was also doing a lot of drains, because drains was healing. I think actually this boss I ended up with everyone dead except my Magus, but my Magus was able to drain and slurp up all the health, so like it was fine. But my characters died a lot to these bosses with my last team. This part of the game is only bearable with white magic in my opinion. Without white magic healing, it really sucks. Every single one of these bosses can shit out AoE damage. Every single one of them. The power of light starting too great. The cloud of darkness is created to return the world to the void. Only the hope inherent in the forces of light and dark can stop it. Alright, so yes, we're collecting all the warriors of dark to help us against the cloud of darkness. Please heal me. Thank you. It's very funny, it doesn't heal you automatically, so you can, like, if you don't remember that touching the light crystals heals you, you know, you can just walk away and not get the heal. Do remember, touch your crystals. These are such hard bosses in a row, and you need that healing. Even just so that you can be really hurt after these boss fights, and you don't need to use high potions to get everyone to health. You also, I think, especially if you don't have white mage, you just need a certain amount of health to live. Like, if you have enough health, you can kind of just tank a lot of the attacks. If you have enough damage, you can, like, push through it. But, like, the game fully expects you to have a devout or a sage. It does not expect you to, you know, to not be doing that. So every single enemy can just hit you with AoE. Every single one. Hey, do we want to fight another Xande clone? You don't even need to. The prize is always ribbon. But hey, I like the chance to beat up Xande like a billion times because he's such a wuss. I think the thing about Xande is he's less memorable because he isn't actually the final villain, he is just a nerd. You know, he's not Kefka, he's not Sephiroth, he's not X-Death. He is just kind of the idiot who ends up releasing the actual final boss. I also think turning him into a monster box does incredibly diminish any kind of threat he might have. You can't really find this guy threatening when he just pops up in a chest to go, hey, and then you kill him for a ribbon like 4 times. You know, you're not really scary anymore at that point, are you? We are at job level 75. It's really, really good. The power of getting a bunch of job levels early. You can actually kind of just go straight to the stairs. We all love a tree. He's really a wizard. It's true. Also, because he kicks your ass throughout most of the game. The other thing about Xande is he just doesn't appear. He doesn't appear to cackle at you. Every great villain needs to kind of get in your face and, like, tell you, like, you know, show you that they're much more powerful than you. Doesn't happen in this game. Yeah, like Kuja appears a bunch. Yeah, for sure. Kuja is a much better take on this kind of villain. Yeah. He needed to appear more than literally at the end of the game for you to beat up before you get to the actual final boss. Oh no, this might be the worst boss fight of the lot. Hello, Mr. Two-Headed Dragon! This guy's a motherfucker. I'm going to just probably preemptive Curaga and then cry when it goes off when I'm at full health, yeah. This guy has 65,000 health. And all he does is punch really fucking hard. All he does is punch really fucking hard. Yeah, it's like, do you even bother healing? I guess it's worth just throwing it out in case, you know, my white mage goes first, but this guy can just fucking one-shot anyone in your party. Oh god. He hits like a truck. Like, he can only attack individually, so one thing to do is to just keep, you know, just revive people, but don't heal them. If you don't have a white mage, don't bother, like, potioning or fucking elixiring or any of that shit. Just, like, much like when you berserk Shinryu, just assume he's going to kill someone, and, just Phoenix down the person who dies. And poor Dark Mage keeps being the one who bites it. I really hate that guy. Kill the Magus! I want to see his death sprite. We haven't seen it yet. Really hates Graham. Really despises him. Saw his name and went, I ain't having that fucker. Get out of here. Oh, there he goes. Well, Graham lost out on the experience again. Per Graham. Per Graham. Sorry, Graham. Alright, well, I guess we actually can see the Magus, dead sprite if I switch to it. So yes, so cute. When Magus dies, it just leaves the hat behind. Utterly adorable. Let's see the others. What about Ninja? Ninja's dead as shit. Sage plopped on the floor. I think we saw all the others. Oh, the Devout's pretty good. The Devout's pretty good. Alright, Graham. Alright, a world came from the void and one day we'll return to it. There's only one force that can keep the nothingness at bay: hope. The void is inevitable, someday it will consume everything, but today is not that day. Not while there's still hope and love in the worlds of light and dark. As long as there is hope, the void cannot win. Alright. Off you go, buddy. We got one more boss before the final actual boss of the fucking game. This final dungeon section is so long! Why is it this long? Ah, it feels so much longer than the void. Oh, everyone hates Graham. It's all, yeah, it is. It's all the going back and forth from, like, this middle point to a boss. It's all the sameness of it. Now, she has 59 cures now and 4 Curajas. Oh, dear. And there's no saving, there's no healing, there's no leaving. Go fight a boss, idiot. Go fight another boss, idiot. Kinda shouldn't have gone through there, it's fine. I would turn off encounters, but there's some we haven't seen yet. It may not be available until, like, the next section. We'll see. They're not that bad. Ooh, Raven's Yawn. Raven's Yawn... Ah, I already have one. So Raven's Yawn is the Wind Tornado. It's very good against Garuda. Hey, buddy, you're back! Back from where punishment's on day? That's you. It is the fact that you can't save, and if you die at any time, you lose all of your progress. I think that's the killer thing for me, you know, at least in, no. At least in 5, there's save points, so that there are lots of times in the Void in 5 that if you die, you will lose progress, but I think the fact that your last proper save in this was outside the Crystal Tower is killer. There should be a save point in between the Crystal Tower and the World of Darkness. So that is the last chest in the game, if you've gotten them all. I, of course, already have the Chivo, so I don't know if I got them all. I'm just gonna assume I did. We have all of them in the World of Darkness enemies. 4 ribbons for funsies. that's a new guy. Hello, Garm. I knew there were people we hadn't met yet. Well, if Yorgramon was in here, then Garm also had to be in here. That's just how it goes. You can't have one without the other. Alright. The last crystal boss. Will it kill Graham? Probably. Everyone hates Graham. So this is, like, potentially one of the... This actually wasn't too bad without healing because it has a very set pattern. We'll see it. As long as you know what he's going to do, you can kind of keep on top of him, but... He should be easier with this crew for sure. So he always opens with Meteor, then he does a single target turn, then he quakes, then a single target turn, and then he tends to flip back into this pattern. He has 75,000 health. So he is a chunky boy. We're going along today. I thought we would be a little shorter, but when I got through all of the optional stuff and it's like 2 o'clock and I'm like, we're going to the final dungeon, I was like, maybe this won't take forever. Somehow forgetting how long this fucking dungeon is. These dungeons are. I do think this is all one final dungeon. Like, technically this is just the final dungeon, right? The World of Darkness. But for me, like, the final dungeon is, like, the Ancient Maze, the Crystal Tower, and this. You can't really separate them all. They're all part of the final stretch of the game. Yeah, this guy is Quake, and he has Meteor. AoE healing, just, he's very easy with a White Mage. He's nowhere near as dangerous as the Two-Headed Dragon. The Two-Headed Dragon is a ludicrous fucker, because, like, the thing about the Two-Headed Dragon is I got through it pretty alright, but if he just decides he's done with you, and he, like, say, like, kills the before you get an action, if he kills the person who is reviving... I should have used Curaja. We're gonna be okay. You know, if he kills the person you were using to Phoenix down the person who was dead, you can quickly get into a really bad spot with the Two-Headed Dragon. But I do find as long as you have the damage and you have the healing. When I was doing this, I did a lot of high potioning. I was like, please don't kill Graham. I would very much like Graham to get experience from this fight, please. Thank you for not killing Graham. He almost stayed there, though. He really was going for the spite. Poor Graham. But he made it. We're good. Alright, thank God that is the final crystal. Alright, Wrath of Dark, the fight not just your world, both of our worlds must come. The void is coming, with our powers combined. We can still stop it. We must destroy the cloud of darkness. Alright, everybody healed, let's go. Now we can go in the middle door. And we can finally confront the Cloud of Darkness. Let's go! Hi, pup! That's a good pup right there. What a good dog. Oh, what a good boy. Honestly, the Cloud of Darkness is not gonna be a problem. I say a fool, but, like, genuinely, I think I should be fine. I should be in much better shape than I was with my last team. Even with only 4 Curajas, you know, I have elixirs, and that's going to be helpful. So new enemies appear in this place. Quite nasty ones, too. Alright. I'm getting lucky. That run of 3 yellow dragon, the run of 3 king behemoths and 3 yellow dragons, has meant I've gotten lucky at this point. Alright, we've made it. Let's go. We're the Cloud of Darkness! Yes, you are. I do like to be sacrificed to the void. Power of Lights can defeat us in our own land? No, I have brought the power of darkness! Yeah, so yes, you do need this is 4 more people dead, by the way. Did I mention that people die in this game? The Warriors of Dark sacrifice themselves in order to allow you to be able to fight the Cloud of Darkness. If you do not go talk to the Warriors of Dark, you cannot really fight this. It will be as invincible as it was before. Alright, well, I mean, this, to be fair, hopefully this just goes well. It could go badly. It's gonna depend on her. And my luck. You can single target? Yeah, a lot of people die in 2-3 and the haste may be the wrong move, we'll see. Yeah, a lot of people die in this game. You meet them and then they die. And normally this is what happens every single turn. I'm not used to her not just yet. Well, there you go. Hopefully no one's dead. I was really hoping haste to get around that. But yeah, there's the bad luck portion. The late particle beam into the early particle beam, which is why you need levels. Sometimes you just need health. I thought all she did was particle beam. The last time I fought her, when I fought her with my other team in this Fiesta, all she did was particle beam. I was like pretty sure she could do other things. She never did them. I had to fight that fight for so long, and all she did was particle beam the shit out of me. Every single fucking turn. But hey, you know, I got Curaja, but I also have elixirs. So I'm going to pump my white mage full of elixirs. I was hoping that would come after, but I'm just gonna make sure that my white mage can just Curaja me every single turn. And then this is not going to be a problem, this fight. Without white magic, so how I beat this without white magic in my last run, because I had Monk, Thief, Dark Knight, and Magus, was I let my Thief and my Monk die, and I alternated elixirs between my Dark Knight and my Magus, and my Magus just blasted with Flare the entire time. Down to 3. That's how you do it. My Magus was able to withstand like 2 or 3 particle beams because of Magus's high magic defense. It takes much less damage than the others. So I ran through almost my entire stock of elixirs, but because Flare was doing 6,000 damage a turn, I was able to kill the Cloud of Darkness before she killed me. But yes, Curajas chumps the shit out of this fight. Having enough health to survive 2 particle beams in a row in case she gets feisty. Also important to beating this fight though. If you come in fairly low level, and she does what she did earlier in the fight and does particle beam late and then particle beam early and you can't survive 2, you're just dead. There's just nothing you can do, you're just dead. And the knight keeps going before my white mage, but, you know, that's fine. And that's the unfortunate part there, yeah, you see? Like, the late particle beam. The randomness of turn order drives me nuts. Oh, my wireless batteries, though, you don't say. Alright, it is incredibly annoying to not know if your heal's gonna come out first. Yes, in the Pixel Remaster version, the game is, in a lot of ways, easy enough. And the boosts are incredible for just having enough levels to survive this without grinding. I can imagine the DS version of this is so much worse. I wish there was ethers. Ooh, I'm gonna have to throw an elixir. Hang on. Throw an elixir at my Magus, will you? The theme is really good. Yes, this boss fight is difficult if you just don't have the levels to survive it, really, or the items. If you've had to use a lot of elixirs to get through other boss fights, you're in big trouble in this one without white magic. And there we go. Yeah, this game extremely expects you to have white magic. I think even more than 5, and I think 5 also expects you to have access to white magic in a lot of cases. This game is like extremely like you're using a white mage, right? You have Curajas, right?
Thunder.
I did not take a screenshot, but I think I can do it from the stream for uploading. Yeah! In the beginning there was the void, then came light and darkness. From them, everything was born. The heavens, skies, water, fire, life. Time inexorably brings all back to its beginnings. But from life, something new was born. A shining force that separated the light from the dark and illuminated the world. It was called hope. When the balance between light and dark is broken, and the world again slides towards oblivion, the Chosen will appear once more. Do not forget that the source of the warrior's power is the hope that lives inside us all. Aww. Dreams, despair, love, time can obscure it all. Do not accept this, do not forget it, and time will never erase what life has to offer. Find your last remaining spark of light, a light that shines brightly when all else is dark, the light of hope. Hey, I thought the whole point was balance, though. You like the dark as well as the light. The light can be bad, you know. The wrath of light and all. No, I'm glad they moved to ATB from random. It's so much better. Although I think the ATB in 4 is kind of broken in a bad way. We're the true heroes of this story, not half bad. Alright, time to go home. So yeah, the ending is we're taking our ship and we're taking everybody home. Doga warped them all here, but Doga's dead now. So yeah, there we go. Turning the lead fella to Amber. Fellas! Hey, fellas. So I think, again, like, so I think this is, like... I don't think it's a bad game. I actually don't think it's that bad to Fiesta, though I will say, once again, this team White Mage, so good. White Mage, the White Mage start was rough. That was a time. Yeah, 4's ATB is very buggy, and it also doesn't have a wait, like 5 does, so, like, input your actions quickly, motherfucker. Pain in the ass 4s, to be honest. Like, this game's story is very bare bones, and it definitely forgets you have 4 orphans. It definitely feels like a story based around one person, but they somehow have 4 people. Fran! And maybe the others, if I remember them, you know. And then they really got the ATB sorted out by 5 and then 6, which is good. They're taking the wee ship home. I guess we left the big one. We gotta take Sid and Dash to Canaan. We know, guys, we know. We met his girlfriend. We met his girlfriend in Canaan. What are you all confused about? Yeah, Selena. We met her. You can actually never talk to her, and then just be like, I was just very confused because I never talked to her, and I was like, who? Selena? Like, what? Who? Oh, girl. Mrs. Sam's like, no PDA in front of your friends. Yeah, there's Selena. She was bedridden because Dash had fucked off. Smooching, yay! Smooching. Dash, we're not taking you on an adventure where you get to jump in a furnace. Don't jump in any more furnaces, Dash. Also weird that I have to click through this. Like most other games when they end, like, you know, you don't have to click through the text yourself. I'm having to click through this. In 5, it just plays. I want to stay with you and not your 3 other orphans, I guess, or maybe all 4 of us. This game extremely forgets there's 4 people. And I guess she's actually talking to Steiner there, because I did have my knight up front. Rather than Fran. It's We're home. Welcome back, Fran, Steiner, Graham, Palm. Yeah, we did it! Woo! Very proud of me. I did save the world. I am amazing. We are the warriors of light. Get a kiss from the dancer. But no, we make Sarah jealous. No. Well, maybe one of the other four can do. One of the three can do it. Yes, it is really, like, 3DS does remember that there are 4 people in the party and gives them names and stuff. It's kind of the weird concept because in FF1 there's not much of a story to speak of with the 4 warriors. They're just 4 nameless, voiceless warriors. And then 2, of course, has proper characters in it, named and with plot and backstory and all that kind of thing. And so 3 then move back to 1 where you have nameless warriors, but then it still has a story, and so it still tries to have like named characters and NPCs that interact with you. And it ends up with this weird thing that doesn't work. It's somewhere in between 1 and 2, and so it just ends up with like it being strange. It would be very funny for saying FF3DS if there's FF1 for the 3DS, it's true. You and I said, like, 3DS, I was like, wait, there was a 3DS, that was a console, I didn't... It was FF3 on the DS, not FF on the DS, 3DS. The original composer. Oh, big stretch. Okay, so I will say I enjoyed the Fiesta for this game kind of more than I thought I would, because this game is very much not designed for a Fiesta. And it's not like FF5 is designed for one, but FF5 is a lot more flexible. A lot of things where it, like, there are times when it expects you to have something, like against Byblos, it expects you to have fire damage. But it doesn't expect you to have specifically, like, a Dragoon, or specifically Black Knight, or specifically this, like, it's much more broad than that, and there are a lot of ways to have that fire damage for Byblos and that kind of thing. So the job system itself is just a lot. It's got a lot more variety, it's got a lot more flexibility. Jobs aren't upgrades of other jobs. You need to go through I'm glad they ditched the mini dungeons. The mini dungeons are dreadful. Have mages or get fucked. There is going to be a Final Fantasy Tactics Fiesta, which I am not going to do because I don't actually like Final Fantasy Tactics. I don't like the act of playing it. It's very old, and its quality of life is dire. In that, if you move a character to check an attack, you can't, like, you've moved the character, you can't, like, go back. I find it very difficult to play Final Fantasy Tactics. I also have no idea how a Fiesta would go, but, you know. They're trying it out. But yeah, the fact that is you can't do a strict Fiesta because if you have to change to white magic. White mage at the start for Minion Toad. Like, so strict Fiesta doesn't work, but I do feel like this Fiesta did kind of work. It was actually pretty interesting to play without white magic. I think the game is, in the Pixel Remaster version anyway, is short enough, and the boost options really help take out a lot of the grind, and that, sort of helps even the parts where I did have to grind, like for Giant Rat, when I had to grind out attack items, like here, where I had to grind out White Mage at the start, because White Mage was having a fucking time against the Jin. You know, for the most part, it was fairly smooth. The game is very basic. Again, like, the bosses a lot of the time just ask, can you deal with damage? And your answer is either Yes or no? And so it's, it was fun. I enjoyed my 2 Fiesta runs. I kind of wish it had something other than Dark Knight. I don't regret Magus. Magus is so fucking good, man. Magus is such a good class. I don't regret getting that twice. But Dark Knight is such dead weight for so much of the game. But yeah, the bosses have like a single attack script, yeah. I will say, in terms of Final Fantasy Tactics, the thing is, I really love Final Fantasy Tactics A2. And I like Final Fantasy Tactics Advance just fine. I did not like Tactics Ogre Reborn. I streamed so much of it. And I've really come down on the side of I didn't really enjoy it. But you know what I am enjoying? I'm really enjoying Unicorn Overlord. I was very worried about it because it's very complicated. But we're in the middle of like the 3rd continent now, or near the end of the 3rd continent, and I'm really having a fun time with it. Trying out combinations. Where it's like, I really got very annoyed with Tactics Ogre Reborn. It was too long. Far too long, far too many annoying fights. Like, going through it, like, the optional dungeons, having to go through, like, 20 maps of just boring shit before you actually got to the one that mattered was, like... And if you left to do it all over again, was, like, killed my will to live a little bit. I just, I killed any will to keep going, and I did finish it, but I haven't actually gone back to it since, really. I did a little bit. But I haven't platinumed it, and I haven't done any of the other routes. I just, like... God, I just really didn't like the act of playing it in the way that I like the act of playing Unicorn Overlord. And I think that's Final Fantasy Tactics versus Tactics A2 for me. I really enjoyed the act of playing A2, and I think it's because you only generally put about 6 characters down. And then the problem with Tactics Ogre is there's just too many characters and too much shite going on, and it's so long and it's so boring. I just got done, and I feel like A2 is better at that, and I feel like Unicorn Overlord is better than that. And I feel like the thing about FF3, I feel like if it was longer than about 12 hours, the Fiesta would be wouldn't be as fun. You know, FF5 is about a 20 to 25 hour long game. In a Fiesta, but the bosses are more complex and there are more shenanigans because of the fact that you can carry job abilities over. You've got that decision of, like, you have 4 jobs. What synergies are you going to go with? Are there any synergies? What strategies are you going to use for bosses? You know, like, I don't have the damage for this boss, but I do have this status effect or something. You know, there's a lot of, like... There's a lot of, like, more interesting interplay between jobs. Because this game is literally just your job is your job, and if you turn to another job, like, you lose any time and effort you put into that previous job. You know, everyone here was a white mage at some point. They didn't get to keep that white magic, you know, in the way they do in FF5. And I feel like that makes such an interesting Fiesta. Like, I don't think I could do, like, 60 runs of this game the way I've done, like, I think more than 60 at this point. I think I might be on like 70 or 80 runs of FF5 for the Fiesta. I don't know, I've been doing it for many a year now. You know, I feel like because of that, I feel like I would potentially be interested in doing another Fiesta of this game that didn't have Magus in it. I would very much like to see how the hell, like, Evoker is any good. Like, you know, do other classes work out? And it is things like the middling jobs. I would hate to be given Onion Knight just because, like, grinding at level 99 so your Onion Knight is useful seems hellish. That you just have 3 party members. The other thing is the end of this game is long and very boring. I do think the Void is much more interesting than everything leading up to the World of Darkness. But I do think because this game is about 12 hours, It's quick enough to do a Fiesta, you know? It feels like, yeah, this is not time wasted, whereas I feel like an Final Fantasy Tactics Fiesta is a lot of time investment. Yeah, Tactics Reborn extremely outstays its welcome. I found that so much. And I don't know if the original, like, the PSP version, which I did have, I didn't play, I played a bit of. I don't know if I'd enjoy that version without cards. I don't know. I don't think so. I think because the stuff of the Palace of Dead would still be there. Oh, there's just so much guff. I'm used to 100-hour games. You know, I play Final Fantasy Tactics A2 takes me over 100 hours to complete, and I do that. I love doing that. But yeah, I think the thing about this game is like the wriggles for the Fiesta are the jobs aren't spaced out very well. You're on your first job for ages, then you get jobs 2 and 3 pretty quickly together, and then you're waiting for job 4 until like the literal end of the game. Like I could have done those summons earlier, and all I would have had left with my Magus was the Doga dungeon and then the final dungeons. Credits over yet? We're at Squeenix. I do think it's worth, if you haven't played FF3, I do think the Pixel Remaster is worth a pickup. I do think it's interesting. I don't think it's good, but I do think it's interesting to see where the bones of the job system came from. The end. Gotta load up my other file because I'm curious, like, what I actually level people up in. Oh yeah, onion, pepper, turnip, and carrot. Right, that's why I named them in this. I was a warrior. Yeah, then a knight, a level 72 knight. That's what this person was. Warrior into knight. Oh, 60, level 61 ninja. Then Magus is probably black mage. Oh, no, okay. Monk! I went monk ranger. Bit of green, a bit of Viking. Oh, this is my black belt. I turned my black belt into a Magus. Okay. Yeah, I turned my black mage into a bard. And then into summoner. Interesting path. And I assume, yeah, this is my white mage, my level 99 white mage. So white mage into devout, I'm sure. A little bit dark knight, yeah. And then, yeah, devout, yeah. Alright, interesting stuff. Alright, well, I hope you all enjoyed the FF3 Fiesta. I did enjoy playing it and streaming it. It was good fun. Alright, well, we'll be back tomorrow with something. Grab bag Thursday on Halloween, why not? And I'll just think of a new game to play after this. I still get Ace Attorney. I might just be back to Ace Attorney twice a week. Poor Ace Attorney has been off for like 2 weeks because of just bad luck. But it will be Ace Attorney Investigations on Friday. Thank you all for coming. Bye-bye.